March 19, 1848 in Monmouth, Illinois, and his older brother Virgil was born July 18, 1843 in Ohio County. They grew up with their family of 6 siblings in Illinois and were both born to Virginia and Nicholas Earp. Their father worked as a lawyer and a farmer and had also previously served in the army. He was also a sheriff, a Methodist, and a Republican.
Virgil Earp eloped with Ellen System while he was 16, despite of her parents' disapproval. They only remained together for a year and had a daughter named Nellie Jane Earp. 2 weeks after his daughter was born, Virgil left to serve in the Civil War in 1862 on the Union side. In the summer of 1863, Ellen was told that her husband had died, so she moved to the Washington Territory and remarried again. 37 years later, Virgil was reconnected with Ellen and his daughter.
The Civil War started when Wyatt Earp was only 13. Multiple times he tried to leave the farm and join his 2 brothers, Virgil and James, in the Union Army, but each time he was caught and was returned home. Once he turned 17, he left his family and headed for California. He worked hauling freight, and later he was hired to grade track for the Union Pacific Railroad. In 1869, he returned to his family in Missouri, where he replaced his father as constable of the township. Shortly after that, he married Urilla Sutherland. Within a year of their marriage, Urilla received typhus disease and died with an unborn child in her womb.
Wyatt and Virgil Earp remain a few of the most famous Western icons because of their wild reputations and outrageous incidences, including the gunfight at OK Corral. As Wyatt and Virgil grew older, they both ended up in Dodge City, Kansas. Wyatt became deputy town marshal of Dodge City, while it is still unknown whether Virgil held any law enforcement positions there. Virgil and his wife moved, and he became deputy of a city in Arizona. Wyatt received news from his brother Virgil about a silver strike in Arizona in 1879. Neither of them gained any profit from the silver rush because they were too late. Virgil ended up moving to Tombstone to resolve ongoing problems with lawless cowboys. Both Wyatt and Virgil were not very fond of the cowboys and were constantly after them and throwing them into jail for their crimes. In April of 1881, to reduce crime in Tombstone City Council enacted an ordinance that prohibited anyone from concealing a deadly weapon.
The most famous incident the Earp brothers are known for is the gunfight at the OK Corral. This gunfight made Wyatt Earp a legend. In Tombstone, Arizona, Virgil was working as town marshal and Wyatt was working alongside him. In March 1881, they went after a group of cowboys who had robbed the stagecoach. The brothers despised the cowboys and desperately wanted to put them in jail. Wyatt made a deal with a farmer named Ike Clanton, who knew about the cowboys, but later turned against him and began threatening them. On October 26, 1881, a feud between Clanton and the Earps broke out into violence at the OK Corral. The Earp brothers killed a few members of the gang, and Ike filed for murder charges against them, but the judge later cleared them in November.
In December of 1881, Virgil was shot and seriously wounded by an unknown attacker while walking home from a saloon, where he had been staying to protect himself from assassins. The wound crippled his arm for life. Wyatt and Virgil seceded to Nevada, where Virgil became deputy sheriff. After suffering from pneumonia for 6 months, Virgil died on October 19, 1905. He left his brother Wyatt as the last surviving participant of the gunfight. Wyatt spent several summers in Los Angeles, where he supposedly met many Hollywood actors and became an advisor on the set for Western silent films. He also was given the honorary title of Deputy Sheriff of San Bernardino, California, and wrote a few memoirs about himself also. After living a long and eventful life, Wyatt died at the age of 80 in Los Angeles, California. Many Americans have been inspired by the legends of Wyatt and Virgil Earp because of their bravery and courageous acts. They became heroes among many people because of their exciting stories and bravery during the Great Depression. This is why the Earp brothers remain famous Western figures in the world today.